Hey everyone, this is Forrest. I'm right now waiting on some pizza to heat up and in the middle of an Evil Dead marathon. Just finished the first movie. Anyway, I just realized I've been slacking off on vlogging all month, and we're less than a week away from Halloween. I had actually shot quite a bit of footage throughout the month, but unfortunately my computer is an antique, and iMovie just isn't taking the footage, so I'm stuck shooting and editing on my phone, which I really don't like. Anyway, I just wanted to get to what I really wanted to get to with this video was talking about some of the recent movies I'd seen and just give my thoughts on them, because I haven't done any movie reviews in a while. Because I usually do them on my Instagram page. First of all, I'll start off with the Addams Family. That was with the Addams Family. Okay, so Addams Family, I liked it. I thought it was pretty funny. I do think that casting Oscar Isaac and Charlize Theron as Gomez and Morticia and not making it live action was a missed opportunity. But I still think it was a funny movie. I laughed quite a bit, and I do like that the animators based the character designs more on Charles Addams' original New Yorker cartoons. So overall, if you're an Addams Family fan, or if you're just if you've got kids and looking for something to watch, I would say it's a good matinee screening. And then so the next one, Joker. I had to go see this one twice because there was a lot quite a lot to take in. Even though it's probably one of the shorter comic book movies to come out recently. I don't think it was a great. I'll be honest right now. I don't think it was a great movie. Not one of the probably not one of my favorite movies. Probably not overall my favorite movies of the year. But at the same time, I don't think it was worth all this moral panic that it's this. Sorry, I had to collect myself there for a bit. But anyway, Joker. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I don't think and I don't think that it deserved all this. All the moral panic surrounding it was unwarranted. I think Joaquin Phoenix, he was excellent, amazing as the Joker. I do think that's one part of the movie that I think is definitely worthy of Oscars and Golden Globes. He was amazing. I don't know if I can't really say how he compares to. Can't really say how he compared to Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson or even Cesar Romero or Mark Hamill, because he as Joker, he was on his own. He didn't have a Batman to play off of like the other ones did. And the score was excellent. The score was excellent, and I think it had excellent cinematography. Also, one of my good friends, Matt Bruzio, he was an extra in the movie. He was one of the protesters in the clown masks. So it was cool to keep an eye out on him while I was watching it. And how Todd Phillips really made. Actually, the cinematography was also fantastic. And also the overall production design. I really like how Todd Phillips made New York City look like Gotham, looking like 1980s New York City. You definitely get that feeling of that's very run down and desperate and decrepit. However, I think it's my and I really like the nods to stories like The Killing Joke and The Dark Knight Returns that were sprinkled throughout it. I guess my issues were with it were more that okay, so I had seen Martin Scorsese's The King of Comedy just a few days before I saw this movie. So that movie was kind of still fresh in my mind. And while I was watching it, I kind of got the feeling that Todd Phillips was making. I felt like I was watching. That Todd Phillips wanted to make it was really what he said he wanted. He was inspired by Martin Scorsese, but maybe I think he leaned in a little too much on that, to the point where it feels like I'm watching a Martin Scorsese fan film with Batman characters in it. And it kind of lacks the nuance of movies like The Can Comedy or Taxi Driver, which was another one he said, another Martin Scorsese movie he said that he was inspired by. And I'm just trying to. There was another issue. There was any other issues I have with it. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts here. Yeah, I think that was just really my biggest issue was just that that maybe it was just leaning in a little too far, on trying to be Scorsese. It was just trying to be a Scorsese movie. Actually, the other issue I had with it was, and this was to me the most contrived moment of the movie, was that once again we get a Batman origin, and I wish they had kind of left that out. Actually, no, especially because we had seen. Actually, no, I just wish they had left it out entirely, and we've seen it already in movies like 3 or 4 times already. And yeah, I guess that's all I can think of right now on my mind as far as that movie. Overall, I think it was as far as recommending, I'd say if you're gonna go watch it, I feel at this point it's already the highest grossing R-rated movie ever made. But if you haven't seen it yet, it's maybe worthy of go to a matinee. I don't think it's worth shelling out $20 to see at an evening screening. And also another thing I'm going to say is that because I've been reading that the steps outside his outside Joker's apartment have become a tourist attraction, and I will say that to the people who are going there and taking pictures, show some respect to the people who live in that area. Don't be a jerk, and spend some money on the neighborhood. Go to a bodega and buy at least go buy a drink around that area. And also, I just wanted to give a few I'm going to name drop a few of my fellow YouTubers who are friends of mine. Because they had already discussed Joker. First of all, my friends Kyle and Lisa, aka Movie Buff One, and XX Minto Star XX. That Johnny Cash movie with Joaquin Phoenix that you were thinking of, that was called Walk the Line. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. Also, if you want to see it, check out some early Joaquin Phoenix stuff. Go watch Parenthood. It's with Joaquin Phoenix, Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, and Keanu Reeves. Great movie, and it's from Ron Howard. Great movie. Check that. Check that out. Also, and this is to my friend Randy. Also to my friend Randy Unger, host of Unger the Radar, whom I recently had the privilege of being a guest critic on his show, and I'll provide a link to that show below. That 1970s Batman show you're thinking of. It was actually a series of specials that aired on NBC in the late 70s called Legends of the Superheroes, and it featured Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin, but it also featured Green Lantern, Hawkman, Green Lantern, Black Canary, Huntress, as well as some characters that were made up for the show. Some heroes that were made up for the show, like Retired Man and Ghetto Man. So, and I have watched some of it on YouTube. It definitely has that feeling of it's 1970s variety at its cheesiest. That's all I got to say on that matter. I'm gotta go check on some pizza that I'm heating in the oven before I start Evil Dead 2. If you like this video, give it a like and click on the link on the give it a like and subscribe. So anyway, I'm gonna go check my pizza right now. Later. Oh, and before I forget, just because I have been avoiding giving movie ratings, but overall I gave both movies 7 out of 10.